Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. We'll be starting soon. We are gonna be starting soon. Waiting for more people to join, then we'll start. Welcome, Mr. Fabian.
Welcome. It's good
Good
to
evening. We
be
are
here.
live now.
Oh, it's good to be here. Good evening.
Thank you so much for accepting my invitation to empower women.
That's fine.
Hello,
That's fine.
everybody. We don't have much people online now, but I guess they'll join
Okay.
soon. So we can just start
Okay.
something. The wealthy warrior woman. Hello, family. Welcome to War Room Haven, a safe place for the broken. My name is
Hmm.
Oluwafikayomi Ijilusi, and here with me is
Fabian George. My name is Fabian George.
Fabian
I thought you were
George,
going to do the introduction.
the real estate guru.
I'm just your
I
boy, man.
used to
I'm
say
just your
he's
boy.
my guy at the top.
I'm
So
just your boy, man.
on today's episode, we are going to be talking about the wealthy warrior woman, a
Hmm.
female's guide to real estate and financial security.
Hmm.
Mr. Fabian George, I know you to be an innovative real estate developer, an ambitious one, and very highly intelligent real estate developer. How do you help people multiply their income by risking a dime? Sorry, without risking a dime, using real estate as a tool.
Okay. When you mentioned by risking a
I got
dime,
you there.
I'm like, well, the
You know where I
reality
got
of
that
life.
question from, right?
Yeah, yeah, I understand. I understand. Right. The reality of life is that, you know, there's nothing that is not risky. That's the reality of life, right?
Hmm.
The risks might just be in levels of proportion or level of height, right? So one of the things I do tell people is that what the greatest risk in life is not to take a risk. Waking up, going to
Hmm.
work is a risk. Anything can happen. There are people who have woken up and they are going to work and something happens to them, right? Going to a restaurant, eating the food is a risk. Anything can have happened to the food, right? So in life, we are taking risk. Every of
Hmm.
our life is actually a risk-taking engagement. But then, so when I call myself, I help people multiply their income without risking a dime, right? It does not actually mean that it is not risky. It just means that to trust someone with millions of money is risk, right? But in terms of losing that money, right? So there's a security of your funds. That's why I say that without risking a dime, you can risk any other thing, but not a dime of money. So you can risk your trust, right? This guy, Fidan George, do I know him? Right? It's a risk. So you can risk your trust, but you can't risk a dime. Meaning that there is a security of your funds. That's why I say that without risking a dime, you can risk any other thing, but not a dime of money.
You can risk your choice, but you can't risk a dime. Hmm. Your network. Fabian will be joining us soon. I speak peace into your network in Jesus' name. So before he joins us, I'll just quickly brush into the purpose and mission for this ministry. I call it a ministry. Yeah, so the mission is to bring out the best in every woman. It's a woman's ministry. War Room Haven is a woman's ministry. It drives out to bring out the best in every woman, especially women I come across, women within around me. And this ministry works at inspiring women with relatively life-based topics and personal experiences alongside with the word of God, which is our anchor. We shall be focusing our discussions more on women. Thank you guys for joining the live show again. Thank you so much, everyone. Our speaker is back.
Yeah, apologies for the break in transmission. I mean,
We understand.
yeah. So I mean, I had to connect my Wi-Fi. I had to use a router, for a backup. So immediately, my Wi-Fi
Router is the worst.
started.
Yeah.
I had to change it to a router. So as I was saying, right? So when I say you can't, when I say I help people multiply their income using real estate as a tool without risking a dime, it's a risk actually. Real estate investment itself, it's a risk, right? You are risking your trust. Can I trust this guy, right? But you won't risk your funds because my priority is to make sure that the money is multiplied, not taken from you, not you losing the money. So real estate, when we look at it, is one of the fastest. I mean, not let me say fastest. It's one of the most reliable wealth vehicle in the world. It's very reliable, right? And if you look at the millionaires, the richest people in the world today, at least all of them, a larger percentage of them, have something to do around real estate. So real estate has made more millionaires than any other industry combined. That is the so
So
that
real
is the
estate.
power of real estate.
So it is one of the most reliable business in the world.
One of the most reliable wealth vehicle in the world.
Oh, wealth vehicle. Okay, wealth
In the
vehicle
world.
in the world. Thank you so much for that. Yeah. Tell us about your journey into real estate. How did you start this real
Well,
estate? What were you doing
well,
before then?
okay.
And what
Before,
made you
okay,
switch over to real estate? What was your
all right,
motivation? Yeah.
all right. Thank you so much. Before real estate, actually, I was selling books, right? I was selling books. Yeah, before
What
real
kind of
estate, I
books?
was like motivational books, business books, self-help books.
Is it
Uh,
books you wrote yourself or
no, no,
books for
no, no,
other
no,
people?
no. For other people, for other people. Yes, for other people. Yes. So books like John Maxwell books, Miles Monroe, spiritual books, self-help books. That's basically what I was basically doing, because part of the things, part of my the integral of my becoming is actually self-development, knowledge, right? Ability for me to equip myself, because I know that if you are not loaded, you are not needed, right? And this is
Hmm.
specifically to ladies, right? Life is not about dressing competition. Life is not about dressing competition, right? It's not about just adding so much cosmetic, on your face and all that. So if you are too much concentrating on that cosmetic, right, you will not be able to fulfill some integral part of the right woman, of the right choice. So life is not about dressing competition, right? I know you have your heels, you have your, I mean, your show, your dressing, everything. You want to look attractive. That is fine. But beauty without brain is cosmetic foolishness. So there's a level of intelligence.
Oh,
There's a
deep.
level of development that you need to actually process, right? So I started selling books. Then I remember there was ASU strike, and Nigerians understand what ASU strike means. And I was at home. I was doing nothing at home. A leader of mine told me that come and sell real estate. I see that you have ability to persuade people, come and sell real estate. And I started selling real estate. And after like 7 months, I didn't sell a dime. After 7 months, I didn't do anything, right? I was trying my best, pushing out, but I didn't sell a dime. Right? But then consistency, tenacity, intensity, intentionality, all of those characteristics helped me to stand true to the fact that I believe in this real estate and I know that it's going to profit me. So my first sale was 1 acre deal. I mean, and that my first sale, I was able to make about 1.2 million naira commission, right?
Wow.
That's about 2,000 UK pounds, if I'm not wrong, right? So that was my first commission. I mean, that commission itself is the propeller, that launched me fully into real estate. It's like an encouragement, like the tip of the iceberg. That guy, this thing is possible. If you can make 1 million in this as a commission in this industry, you can make more millions. And journeying further, right? In my career, real estate, I've been able to make millions of them. I have clients from Cyprus, from UK, from Portugal. I mean, so not
Wow.
necessarily Nigeria per se. I've been able to build clients across different countries and all that. So 2021, I made a very intentional decision. I decided that what, I think it's high time that I move on. I move on to the next level. So I started my company, Escort Realty, with my friend and brother John Igbinosa, and then we started building something massive with the company. Then few months afterwards, we discovered that there's a particular category of audience, right, that are interested in real estate. They're interested in buying real estate. They're interested in tapping into the real estate market, but they don't have the large capital. They don't have the large funds. So we thought, okay, what can we do to this category of people? So we thought of a fractional investment. So fractional real estate investment that will make everybody to be able to own a share of real estate. And that was why we started Kobo. And a few months after that, I mean, we are still here and we'll be here. We are here for the long time. So, I mean, that's basically my experience so far, my journey in real estate.
So
So,
was that
from a
what
bookseller
now made
to a
you
realtor.
start this Kodu innovation?
Yes, yes. So cuddle to me is an emotional startup, right? Because I mean, if it is for the money, we will not have started cuddle, right? Because from the look at it, right, we saw a need, we saw a gap, we saw that millions of people will be liberated. To us, cuddle is like a financial liberation movement. It's not necessarily a company. So we are intentional about the kind of audience that we want. We want people. Before, a lot of people have this belief that real estate is exclusive for the rich, right? It's exclusively for the rich. But Kodu has come to change the game. So Kodu is making what is exclusive for some available for all. What is exclusive for some available for all. That's basically what Kodu is doing.
Thank you so much. Tell us your challenge on the way, like to this stage you are into now. What are the challenges
Yeah,
you faced and the risks that
part,
you managed to take?
yeah, part of the challenges that happened was in my first career, in my first year of real estate, because 70% of real estate agents do not make it after their first year. They don't make it up to their first year. They give up. They give up easily. They give up easily. I told you that 7 months I was in this industry, I didn't sell a pencil. I didn't sell a jack. I didn't sell a square meter, but I was there. I was there. I was, putting out my energy. I was there making sure that this thing is going to work for me. I've seen around, I've
Wow. Okay. Fabian will join us again. Journey into real estate. Real estate is an interesting way to make money. Interesting way to make money. And as a woman, if you're not loaded, you are not needed. Part of being loaded is not just only to speak in tongues, it's not just only to, undergo trainings and education. Your being loaded should be pocket wise, finance. You should be loaded financially. You should be loaded innovatively. And that is where this beauty without brain is actually foolishness comes into, according to what Fabian George said. So, because we are speaking to the women today, I want to say something that whatever you find yourself doing, do it well. Whatever you find yourself doing, do it extremely well. As a woman, you can get yourself involved in real estate, you can buy properties, you can resell, you know, you can gain financial security from real estate. And this is exactly what our guest is going to be discussing with us. So speaking in tongues is not enough. We need to assess the key to becoming kingdom financials. We need to assess the keys to becoming financially secured and stable. Even if you're not buying the property for yourself, you can buy the property and use it to do business. So Fabian is going to be telling us how we can do this, how we can, you know, get into this real estate business and make money out of it.
so sorry.
Welcome. It's
So
okay.
sorry. It's a
Yeah.
big
So let's
struggle
just move.
here.
Let's just move straight to the next discussion. Now,
All
the
right.
purpose of this seminar is to inspire women and to encourage them to get into the real estate world and all that, and to make money from it. What does it mean to be wealthy? First of all, we need to know what it means to be wealthy, especially in relation to real estate, and then explaining it relationship, explaining the word wealthiness to in relationship to real estate.
All right. Thank you so much. So, when it comes to real estate, I mean, I can categorically say to people that, uh, wealth is something that is very, very attainable. And the interesting part of it is that wealth has been something that
Wow. Okay.
hello, are you there?
Yeah, I can hear you. Your network
All
is
right. So as I was,
going.
I mean, a lot of people are trying to reach out to me, so I had to put my phone on airplane mode now. Um, okay. I think I might just join through my system. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So my system will just be like a backup. So in case my phone goes off, I'll just connect automatically from my system. All right. So as I was saying,
You have to mute one. Either you mute your phone or your system because your voice is echoing.
okay, just hold on. Is it better now?
Yeah,
It's better now, right?
yeah.
All right. So as I was basically saying, true wealth is something that is transgenerational, right?
Okay.
If you're asking for the meaning of wealthy, right, it has to be something that has transferability power, right? I was doing a research sometimes when I discovered that the richest family in Italy since 16th century is still the richest family in Italy till now. The richest family in Italy since 16th century is still the richest family in Italy now. How
Hmm.
have they been able to pass that wealth for over 600 years? Real estate. So if you want to define wealth, if I want to define wealth from my angle as a real estate developer, I will define wealth as something, right? Something or a substance or a measure of value that has
We can hear you. I don't understand what's wrong with your network. Oh my goodness.
Power.
Your voice is lagging. I don't know. Can you repeat what you just said? Okay. Your
Hello.
voice is lagging. You lagged for a while, so we didn't hear that last part you just said. Can you just, go back again and say what you
Um,
said before?
okay. Please, I'm actually logging in two devices. So, in case this one goes, I've been trying to message you, private chat to you that you should give me up on my other device so that it will not affect the flow. Okay. So, as I was
Oh,
saying,
okay. Do you want me to add you with the other one?
you can add me in case this one goes off. So, I mean, we can just flow very well so that we're not into it.
Don't worry. When this one goes off, then I will add you
All right.
so that we don't
So,
have to keep Fabian.
so as I was saying, right, true wealth is a substance of value that has the power to be transferred from one generation to another. That's my definition of wealth.
Okay. So how?
So
Yeah, we're discussing in relation to the women now.
exactly.
What is your take on making wealth as a woman, like getting into real estate as a woman?
First of all, when it comes to wealth, there is no gender that are destined. What is not gender sensitive, right? Um, if you are not too female to be poor, you are not too female to be rich. You don't get. So wealth will not say because I mean poverty will not say because you are a female, I will treat you very well. I will. So if women can be poor, right? Women can be rich, extremely rich, right? So wealth is not gender sensitive. Anybody can actually make money. It's not even age sensitive. Young, old, I don't care. It's not even class sensitive. Middle class, average class. Anybody can actually be rich. Wealth does not discriminate. Wealth does not discriminate, right? And the more. Hello, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
Yeah. So the more reason why ladies need to actually own real estate. Number one is that, I mean, the minority advantage. The minority
There's already
advantage
a
that, I
disadvantage,
mean,
kind of, right?
um,
Hello,
8 out of every 10 real estate
can you hear me?
investor, I mean, 8 out of every 10 real estate investors are
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
men. So there's already a disadvantage, kind of, right? Hello.
Can we just use your second you know, the other one?
Backstage. Can you hear me now?
So which one is which? Okay.
Okay, yes. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Can we use
All right.
this?
Yes. So as I was saying, right, true wealth is something. So for women, right, there's a minority advantage. Eight out of
Okay,
every 10 will.
basically women have this mentality that property holding and all that is just for the guys. You understand what I'm trying to talk about? Like it's just for the men, especially women that are married. They feel that, oh, I don't want to get involved. Let me just leave it for my husband to do and all that. So I want you to, create that, bring, take away that mindset, and let's see how we can encourage women to get into property owning, get into real estate and all that.
All right, thank you so much for that question. Like I've said earlier, wealth is not gender sensitive, right? Anybody can be rich. So if you have that, so the mentality starts from that point of view that, I mean, if you are not too female to be poor, you are not too female to be rich, right? And one of the trusted, reliable wealth vehicle is real estate, right? Because from the antecedent, from history, opinion is free, but fact are sacred. If you look at out of 10 millionaires, 8 of them might be doing real estate because it's reliable, it's sustainable, right? So for women, right, there's already a minority advantage, which is one of the reasons why you need to get involved in real estate. There's a minority advantage, meaning that few no there are a lot of women that are afraid of it because of the pressure that comes with it, because of the energy that comes with it. But that's nonsense. There's nothing that is sweet that does not have the disadvantage, that does not have the stress, right? There's no web building process that does not have the stress in it. So you know you need to get into the real estate to build wealth, to also show other women that this thing is possible. So you are redefining the world building using real estate. You are redefining it that, guys, come on, my ladies, this thing is possible. So if you have more females in the industry, there's going to be a redefining. So the reason why
Exactly.
there's a
Are you
minority
saying that
advantage,
now? I
female.
currently, sorry for cutting you short. You made a statement. If we have more female in the industry, does it now mean that, according to history, female are less in the real
Yes,
estate industry?
yes,
Exactly.
yes,
And that's the purpose for this
exactly,
talk show. We want to
exactly.
encourage women to come into this business, do this thing, make wealth with this thing. Now we are moving forward into how can a woman now create wealth with real estate. You've not really told us like how a woman can create that wealth in or with real estate.
All right. So part of the edge women have is what I call the
Mm.
social edge, right?
Okay.
And I'm going to discuss about it, right?
Yeah.
Because one of the benefits of coming on board in real estate as a woman is a control of cash flow. Control of
Mm.
cash flow. As a woman, I mean, you should be able to control your cash flow, right? I understand that it is the responsibility of men, biblically, to provide for the family. But then there's a level of control you have over your cash flow when you are an integral part of the money making yourself. When you are making the money yourself, there's a level of control you have over your cash flow. You can buy
Even in
things that
reality
you
nowadays, women are now providing for their family.
exactly
I'm talking
right.
of in reality.
Exactly. Even in
So
reality, right?
no man
And
wants
it's
a liability.
exactly,
Every man wants
exactly,
an asset. So how to
exactly,
become an asset is to also own your own money as a woman.
exactly,
Don't just wait
exactly.
for the man to come and provide when you
That's
are
right.
there doing nothing.
That's right.
So
That's right.
part of owning your own money is getting into this real estate thing,
Exactly.
buying properties,
Exactly.
doing business and all that.
Exactly. Exactly. So as I was saying, right? Another reason why you should get involved is lifetime security. Lifetime security, right? You can be sure that in case anything happens, you are secured for life. What I mean by in case anything happens, I'm not praying for divorce, but divorce happens, and that's the reality. And the reality of the world that we live in, right? The divorce is increasing on a fast rate, right? I'm not praying it to happen to anybody listening to this, but then it's something that you're certain that in case anything happens, the security of
Mm,
yourself and your children is settled, right? So
settled.
now let's go into it. How do people make money? Real estate. Number one, we call it land flipping. Land
Land
flipping.
what?
Flipping. Land flipping.
Flipping. Okay.
Flip,
I'm
flip, flip.
sorry, I don't know.
That is like,
Let me see if I can share that slide.
all right.
Okay, 1 second. Is it in the slide you sent to me?
Exactly. It's in the slides. It's in the slides.
Okay, let me. What are you seeing anything on your on the screen?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, One second. I will just see if I can share it because you sent it at a late hour. No, you can continue. Just continue speaking. I would.
So, land flipping, right? What is land
Mm.
flipping? LANDFLIPPING. Land flipping is buying a land at a cheap price, then waiting for the land to appreciate and sell it at a higher price. Buying a land
Is
at
that
a
what?
cheap
Is that the same thing as land banking?
almost similar to land banking, right? But
Okay.
in Nigeria, a lot of people have changed the definition of land banking, right? So I cannot categorically say that because the definition of land banking is peculiar to different real estate companies now. Some real estate companies will tell you that land banking is investing your money into real estate and they will multiply it for you. Like they will give you a percentage every year, annually or every 2 years. That is the definition of land banking to some people. But so I cannot categorically say that that is so. It's almost similar to land banking, but it is called land flipping. Right? You buy a land at a particular price, very cheap price. When the land is has not fully come to maturity of development,
Mm.
then you wait for it to
Okay.
appreciate and sell it at a higher price. So if you are going to buy a land, if you are going to involve in land flipping, there are three things you need. Number one is location. Number two is location. Number three is location. Because when it comes to appreciation, location is what matters. What do I mean by appreciation? Appreciation means it simply means an increase of the value of something, increase of the value of something. So this iPhone, I bought it 200 and something thousand in 2021, right? And now, right,
Yeah.
if I want to sell it, I will not be able to sell it for that same price. I will have to sell it lower than it, maybe $100, right? Because what? It has depreciated. It has depreciated. It has depreciated. If you buy a car, right, use the car for a while. If you want to resell the car, the car will depreciate. So the only thing that appreciates is real estate, is property. And for you to tap into the appreciating power of real estate, it has to be location sensitive. Because some people will tell me that all land and land, all land and land. That's a lie. All lands are not lands. You cannot compare a land that you buy, for instance, um, in London. London is the capital. I mean, it's moving, right? You can't compare it to a land
Mhm.
you buy in at the outskirts of UK, right? Because it's location
Yeah.
sensitive, right? So when you buy land, in fast location, I mean, you have looked at the metrics of that location. You have looked at this place was what so price 10 years ago. Now this place is what so price. That means that for it to be what so price now, there's a possibility that in the next
Yeah.
10 years it will be worth so price. So one of the things I tell people is that find out, as a real estate investor, you have to be futuristic. You have to have a
Okay.
very you cannot be a short-term person as a real estate person. You cannot be a short-term person. There are places that are very, very cheap now that they have future prospects. So you buy the land, look at where people are going and buy the land before they get there. Look at where people are going and buy the land before they get there. So when it comes to land flapping, you can buy very cheap, right? And sell
Yeah.
at a very, very high price. You buy low and sell high. So some people, part of the reasons why some people today will say that, I mean, they don't want to buy. They will say the place is bush. How can I buy this bush? How can I buy this bush? Baba, mama, it is not cities that become cities. It is bushes
Mm.
that become cities. The bush you don't buy today will become the cities
Yeah.
you can't afford tomorrow. It's
Hmm.
that simple, right? So
So
if a
the slide is on the screen now.
okay,
Do you want
move,
to
move,
go through it?
move forward, move forward,
Okay.
move forward, move
Okay.
forward, move it, move it, move it, move it, move it. Okay, go to that part, right? Go to that part before. All right. So
What real estate is not?
what
Okay.
real estate is not? So real estate is not get rich quick scheme. If you are
Okay.
coming to real estate and you are looking at, let me come and make money fast fast fast, no, no, no. Real estate is not get rich quick scheme, but real estate is a
Okay.
get rich sure scheme. It's not a get
Hmm.
rich quick scheme. is a get rich sure scheme. You can be sure, you can be certain, you can bank on it that real estate is sure. Number two, people say real estate is not what real estate is not. Real estate is not dangerous. Part of the reasons why women don't want to come into real estate, they believe that real estate is dangerous. It's dangerous. Real estate is not dangerous. If you have the right education, the right knowledge, the right skills, you can actually make it in real estate. The third thing is that real estate is not for the old. A lot of people that anytime
Mm.
if I mean as a young person, as a young lady, as a young guy, I mean I don't maybe when I'm old, I'm going to come into real estate. Real estate is not age sensitive. Real estate is not age sensitive. Imagine if all of those people that we see today that we say, I mean, these guys are great guys, they started building their wealth from when they were millennial, when they were Gen Zs, when they were millennials, when they were Gen Zs. That was when they started building their wealth. So as if you're a millennial Gen Z, I mean, this is the right time that you can start building your wealth. The fourth thing people say that real
If you
estate,
say
I
real
mean,
estate is not age sensitive, does it mean that a 16-year-old lady or a 16-year
yes,
old girl, are
yes,
you serious?
yes, actually, I also I know that
Or a
there are laws.
13-year-old girl?
I know that there are laws that surround real estate acquisition in terms of age, right, in different countries. But what I'm saying is that I mean, for your child, right? For instance, if I'm a father, I can buy a property for my 16-year-old and I put it
Oh,
in her name.
exactly. So it's
When
like you buying the property for your own children, not the child going to buy it himself.
you buying the property for your own children, and when the child is matured enough, the child can take possession of that property.
Yeah, I want
I
to
say
ask you a
property.
question. Sorry, Fabian, can you buy a property on behalf of your unborn child
Yes,
that
people
will
buy.
bear the name of the unborn child?
Yes, people do it,
How is that
right?
going to be possible?
Let me tell you a story of my friend. A story of my friend. Um, Growing up, right? My friend, we went to the same secondary school that at King's College, Lagos. They, his parents, they bought shares, MTN shares,
Mm.
right? When he was conceived, they bought MTN shares for him, right? And it was accruing, accruing, right? It got to a time. I mean, I know how much he cashed out from MTN and GTB shares when he wanted when he finished secondary school and he was going to cash out. I know how much he did from those shares, right? So and that is one role Cody is doing, right? Fractional real estate. You can own a share of real estate. One of the things that can make that possible is when you come to Kodu, you can say we have had people do that with us. They say, this thing I'm buying it. So by the time the child grows, right, the property has appreciated enough. Just imagine, right? You leave a property for 20 years in a fast growing location, and maybe you bought it at a very cheap price. Imagine what it will be 20 years from now, 23 years from now, 22 years from now, 18 years from now. Massive. Because real estate does not depreciate, real estate appreciates.
All right, thank you so much.
So, let's move on.
Okay.
Slide. So real estate is transferable. I made mention of true wealth. True wealth is something that is transferable. Real estate appreciate. I've explained appreciation. Real estate is safe. Real estate is safe. Real estate is not an investment that you put your money in and you'll be scared, right? It's not something. That's why it's something that is assurable, right? Another benefit of real estate is that it is sustainable.
Except you
It
fall
is
in the
except
fraud
except you fall
hands.
into hunger, except, right? But real
Because I
estate
know I
is
know of someone that lost millions of naira trying to
it
get a
happens.
property, especially in
It happens.
Nigeria.
There's no
Yeah.
there's no denying of that, right? Real estate, there's no denying of that, right? One of the things I
So
used
how
to tell
can you
people,
identify a real will I call it a real a genuine real estate owner or something?
first
Business
of all,
owner.
education, right? Get
Hmm.
education, right? If you don't consult before you confront, you'll be confounded. If you don't consult before you confront, you will be confounded. right? I used to tell people that it will not happen to me is a language of mediocre. Caution and
Mm.
knowledge is the language of the wise. Someone will say, ah, it will not happen to me. Oh, it will not happen to me. That's the language of mediocre, right? The wise understands. They take caution, right? So, taking caution does not mean exemption. It doesn't mean that because real estate, there's a lot of scam, I will exempt myself. No, educate yourself, equip yourself with the right knowledge, and go in, right? Another thing that is important is get a trusted realtor, right? Someone that you can trust, right?
A
Someone that,
reality.
I mean, a realtor, right? Someone that you can
I'm a
trust,
reality.
someone that you can vouch for, right? Place your trust in that person to handle your property portfolio. If you are in UK, you are in US, you are, I mean, anywhere in the world, and the person is in Nigeria. Because one of the things that you must understand is that Nigeria is still a very fertile ground for real estate. I understand that you are in UK, you are in USA. Trust me, how will I put it? The entry point, in UK, US, all of those is expensive. But you'll be shocked how much your $3,000, your £3,000 can do, how much your £1,000 can do, how much your two
In
thousand pounds
Nigeria.
can do. You'll be shocked. In Nigeria, you'll be shocked, right? So, so that's why, in fact, Lagos itself, Lagos prides of the most productive and profitable place to invest in Africa, not just in Nigeria, in Africa, because of the economy factor of Lagos, right? So, as I was saying, get a trusted realtor. Number three, make your findings. Understand documents. It's part of education, right? So once you confirm, oh, what's the document, right? What document, right? Are you giving me? You find out, make findings. The fourth thing is, do not give cash. Do not pay in cash.
Oh,
Make transfer so that there's a proof, right? There's a
evidence.
proof, because a lot of people are
Mm.
falling into it. They'll say, let me check. But once you make transfer, at least you can go to your bank and say, I made a transfer, so get me a report of it. Then the fifth one, do not transfer to a personal account. Transfer to a corporate account,
Mm.
except on exceptional cases that is being understood by you and your realtor. Except, but if you want to make it a corporate transaction. I'm sending money to this particular uh, company, right? The next thing is what, make the findings online, right? Google is like the homepage of every business. Google is like the homepage of any business. So make findings online, check them out, check their website, check their social media account, check them, make your findings, right? And I can assure you that once you have done all of those things, see, I have people that are sold land to, they have not seen me before.
Hmm.
They have not seen me before, right? Someone just linked them to me and they trusted me, right? They have not seen me before. They didn't even come to check the land. I have people that they have bought land, they did not come to check the land because they have actually trusted me. So find someone that you can trust. And I do not take it for granted. One of the things I tell people is that if I'm going to go into a transaction with you, I will not tell you to give me 100% of your trust. Give me 1% of your trust. I'm going to earn the remaining 99% because I understand that the real estate market, trust is a very expensive thing in the real estate market. Once you find someone you can trust, capitalize, on that person. So, if you can do that, you'll be able to avoid real estate fraudulent scams. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So
Okay.
I think I've explained land flipping. Now, house flipping, right? What is house flipping? House flipping is basically, you know, buying an old demarcated house, a house, and you renovate the house to make sure that the house, is something very worthy. Then you sell the house at a very high price. So, for instance, if you're going to buy a house, maybe you buy maybe for 30 million naira, for instance, right? Maybe a four bedroom, 30 million naira, and you package the house, right? You do a first appreciation. There's natural appreciation, there is a first appreciation. You paint the you They call it rehab. You rehab the house, right? That's the language of UK, man. You rehab it. So once you have done rehabilitation of the house, you can sell it at a higher price. You are flipping the house. You move on. The profit you get, you take it to another property. You buy it old demarcated house, you do it again. From there, you are increasing your portfolio. Then the next one, rental income. Are you there?
Mm. Mm.
Are you there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So the next one is rental income. You know how you, of course, you know how the rent goes happens over there, right?
Yeah.
People buy an apartment, they put it out for rent, for
Mortgage,
rent
yeah.
monthly. Some pay monthly rent, right? Mortgage,
Mm.
everything, and money that comes from there. There was a particular person
So
I
what
know.
people do here is they get a mortgage and then they rent it out to use the money to complete payment for the mortgage, which is a good business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I know of someone that started this model, right? He gets a mortgage, then puts in someone inside. He's not the one staying there. Put someone inside, rent it out. The person pays times
Mm.
two of the mortgage price.
Yeah.
So anytime
Yeah.
the person pays, it divides it. Some goes to, and the person has used 4 p.m. other people's money to build
Yeah,
wealth.
I can hear you.
So after funding that property, he goes to another property. He pays a deposit, an upfront. He gets the mortgage. He gets the mortgage. Put someone there. The same
Mortgage,
cycle.
yeah.
Boom.
Fabian, 1 second. 1 second. Something is wrong. Like, so what people do here is they get a mortgage and then they rent it out to use the money to complete payment for the mortgage, which is a good business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I know of someone that started this model, right? He gets a mortgage, then put in someone inside. He's not the one staying there. Put someone inside, rent it out. The person pays times
Mm.
two of the mortgage price.
Yeah.
So anytime
Yeah.
the person pays, it divides it. Some goes to, and the person has used 4 p.m. other people's money to build.
Okay. I can hear you.
So after funding that property,
Where is this voice coming from? It's repeating what we said. Can you come in back, please? Okay, yeah.
are you there?
So, yeah, I don't know what happened. I was hearing what we discussed before.
Yes, I was hearing a feedback of myself. I guess that was what happened. I was hearing a feedback
Hey,
of
so that was
myself.
why I had to kick you out and bring you in again.
Yes. So the last one I was going to say here is shortlet. Shortlet, right? The shortlet market,
Mm.
they call it Airbnb over there, right? The shortlet market is a moving market in Nigeria, for instance, right? I'm going to show you a practical example. There's a particular house we got for someone for, we got it for someone, a four-bedroom apartment. We got it for the person for let's say about £10,000, right, for a year, right? We got it for the person for about £10,000 for a year, 4 bedroom. We furnished the apartment. Everything we spent furnishing the apartment is about £40,000, right? Everything we use in furnishing the apartment is about £40,000. That's about £50,000, right? That's about £50,000. That's like a 30 million naira in Nigeria, for instance, right? And that particular apartment, we put it out for Airbnb, and people pay 100K per night, right? People pay
Mm-hmm.
100K per night for that place. And if you look at it very well, out of 365 days, right? Because shortlet has a circle in Nigeria, right? From January to March. From let's say from February to uh, uh from January to March. Sorry, the shortlet moves. It moves, right? Then it stops again from May to around June. It will be it will be on decline. Then from July, right, to like September. From July to September, it rises again, right? Then from Like October, November, it goes on decline again. Then December to March again, it rises. That's like the cycle of shortlet in Nigeria. So from that cycle, looking at that cycle, out of about 365 days in a year, you're going to get 200 days. So 100,000 naira times 200 is how much? It's 20 million. Am I correct? Uh, It's 20 million naira, right? It's 20 million. That's about 40,000
Yeah.
pounds, right? So that means that, in a year, right, you have made 40,000 pounds, almost half, almost close to the 50,000 pounds that you invested in it, right? So that means in 2 years, you'll have actually made profit. You'll have gotten your profit in 2 years. Now imagine that you are getting 40,000 pounds for life on an investment you put in 50,000 pounds.
Wow.
That's massive.
Wow.
So I mean, if I'm going to encourage a lot of people, right, who are going to be listening to this, right, shortlet is a moving business. Is a moving business, right? I spoke about the land flipping with as low as £1,000, £2,000, £1,500. You can get into land flipping, right? House flipping, let's say around that £40,000, you can buy an apartment in Nigeria. You flip it, you sell it at a higher price, right? Rental income is also there. Shortlet is also there. So I mean, all of these things are, I believe that they I've been able to explain them. So why should women invest in real estate? Minority advantage, I share this control of cash flow, social edge. Now imagine now a woman investing in short-let apartments. He has an apartment that he lets for people out, right? If that woman post or talk to people about that short-let, come and book my apartment. And me, I have that same apartment. I'm telling people come and book the apartment. Who would I listen to most?
The woman.
The woman. That's a social edge. So that means when you get into real estate, there's a certain possibility that you'll be very, very profitable. That
And
is
that is
minority
why the
advantage.
banks they like using women for marketing.
Exactly. It's because of the social edge. It's the advantage, right? That
Because
you
we
have.
get listened to more.
Exactly. So imagine you have an apartment that you have built, or you have a particular land. I mean, and you push it out. Guys, I have a land at this place. Is I mean, they will rush it. You'll be able to flip your money, make money, and do all of that. So it's part of an opportunity, a reason why people should invest in real estate and lifetime security. I've also mentioned it. So I think that's all right. So let's move
What's the
to the
meaning of
next.
what do you understand? What do you mean by minority advantage?
Yes, the minority advantage simply means that, oh, my PC is low. The minority advantage I was
Yeah,
explaining
almost true.
is that it is not a place. The real estate market is a place overcrowded by men. So anyone that comes in has a minority advantage. Minority advantage because you are not plenty, right? So it's an advantage to be able to attract a lot of people, right? Because people are bored listening to only men, only men, only men, only men, right? So every woman coming has a unique approach to it, right? So that's like the advantage, that's the edge, because it's not a place that is saturated by women. So when you come in there, I mean, there's a market for you. That's a minority advantage, I mean.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Fabian George. I really appreciate your time with us today. My shout out to women is to encourage them to get into property business, buy properties, own a house for yourself. Even if you have a husband or a spouse that has a house already, you can still get into the business. You can buy it for business, like our guest has said. You can do a land flipping, house flipping, short let, whatsoever it is you want to do to make more money. You know, sometimes you don't it doesn't necessarily mean you should be going to the office and coming back. Like some women
Mm-hmm,
say, oh, I'm not a career person. Yeah, you're not a career
mm-hmm,
person, but real estate
mm-hmm,
is an opportunity for you to not be a career person in code and still be
mm-hmm,
making your money.
Mm-hmm.
like how our Fabian George has said. Another thing I want to say again about real estate and the property business is that it helps you. It's like a banking, like you put in your money. In fact, nowadays bank don't pay, especially Nigerian banks. They won't add up to the money you
Mm-hmm.
put in the bank anymore. They
Mm-hmm.
won't add your money. They won't add to your money anymore.
Mm-hmm.
What they do now is to even deduct from it. You see all those charges, SMS charges and all that. But when you put that money that is in your bank and you invest it on a land or a property, it's appreciates, like
That's right.
it becomes more. You get what
That's
I'm
right.
saying? It becomes more. So yeah, that is just the purpose for this talk show. General advice for women is to step up the ladder of relevance and wealth,
Amazing.
by involving themselves in real estate, by buying properties, by owning a whole house. I remember recently when I first newly got married and my husband was telling me about, buying property in the UK. At first, I was like, well, it's a man's thing. But later, I came to understand that it's not just a man's thing, but a woman's thing. Like a woman can do this thing.
Mm-hmm.
We can actually. My dream is to be wealthy. My dream is to have wealth. My dream is to have financial security. So it's not just only relying on a man to 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 have a name, or to be wealthy. I can also be wealthy. I can also have financial security outside of my husband, outside of
Mm.
my parents. If you're not married yet, outside of your parent, you can also have your money. Your money is your money. Your husband's money is his money. Even though they say your husband's money is your money as a woman. Yeah, we know your husband's money is your money, but yet it's still his money. You still need to make your own money. You need to have your own finances. God bless you, Fabian. Do you have a general thing advice for women you want to give before we
Okay.
round up this
The, the
show?
the the only advice I have is that knowledge is like a lion. It should not be gently embraced. Knowledge is like a lion.
Hmm.
It should not be gently embraced. I mean, you have been equipped with a lot of insight that I mentioned today. Put it to work. Put it to work. I mean, start small, right? Start from somewhere. Get a trusted realtor. Start from somewhere, get the cash flow and multiply. Wins, right? Wins the process. Start from somewhere. You don't have to have that large chunk of cash before you begin your real estate investment. Start from somewhere. There are low end products out there by different companies. If it is land flipping you want to start it out. If it is if it is if it is if it is short learning code you want to start it. If it is rental you want to start it. If it is house flipping, anyone you can start, just make sure that you start from somewhere. That's all. Yeah, thank you so much for this invite. I appreciate. I do not take it for granted, and I know that you are doing a very good thing, helping women redefine what wealth is all about, and it's a privilege to be associated with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Fabian George. I am really grateful for your time again. Please, for as many that watch this live show, if you want a trusted realtor, right? Or reality, kindly contact his contact is on the screen there. Kindly contact Fabian George and get to him, chat him up, call him. He would guide you into the real estate world and guide you into how to get a property or getting whatever you want to do according to what he has discussed today. Have a nice day, everybody. Thank you. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.
All right, thank you.